And a very good afternoon to you, and you're welcome here to Inishkeen Grattans in County Monaghan. We are here for the Nancy Murray Cup final. It's a venue that the Nancy Murray Cup knows quite well over the last number of years, but it's here today for the clash between Tyrone and Wicklow. Two sides that know each other quite well over recent years as well, but in 2022 it's Wicklow that have come out on top. Will it be lucky third time of asking for Tyrone, or will it be all things in threes for Wicklow being their magic number? We'll wait and see as the game goes on. My name is Killian Whelan. Thanks indeed for joining us, and we'll be with you for about the next 80 minutes or so, bringing you the best of the action. Joining me on commentary, great to have her, a lady that knows this competition over the last couple of years, but I suppose has made the step up now. Rosie Crowe-McKeever, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's great to be here. It's great to be here on a day like this.
And, you know, this is a venue that, well, through COVID, we were here on a very wet winter's night here 2 years ago.
We were, yeah. I was actually a sub. I wasn't playing. I was only after coming back. So Jimmy didn't change the team, which was fair enough, and we won well. But it's great to see Tyrone here again, and hopefully they can push on a bit more today.
For Tyrone, you know, is it important, I think, that they finally make that step? This is their third final in a row, lost both of them, you know, and probably would have been favourite, I think, going into the one last year.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh, hopefully now. But as I was saying to you earlier, there's a lot of changes, a lot of girls who are playing a good few years. I named Ciara, I think it's McGarty there. I don't see her on the panel this year. Big loss for them there. She's very strong, small, but very good player. Does maybe 2 or 3 other players that are not there. So hopefully the rest that have come in and the young players can progress on and push them on. It'd be great to see them finally getting something out of it, you know.
I was actually looking at the Tyrone panel. I think there's only 8 involved from that night here. So,
wow.
You know, that's been a lot of a change then in a couple of years.
It is, yeah, it is. And it's hard, especially the young girls, as the experience mightn't be there, but they're very gutsy. They've no fear. They just go, you know, they don't think about things. You might say to somebody, you're going out to mark such one. It means nothing to them at that age. So hopefully they can kind of push on today, and the young ones can bring something new to it.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see. Anyway, that's from a Tyrone point of view. Give you quickly the team, because there is one change. Nora Ward from the Aero Club in Carrickmore is in goal. Coming in wearing number 20 is Orla Coyle from the same club. She replaces Brocka's Aoife MacDonald. Cathy Jordan, well, she's well versed and well experienced. She will be English, of course, will be at full back, and Una McCann of Brocka is in the other corner. The half back line made up of Brona Barker of Nave Trassa, Anya McNulty, the joint captain of Nave Trassa, and Nicola McKeever of Derry Lahan, Kevin Barry's. At midfield, it's a Brocka pair of Aoife Teague and Siobhan Donnelly. Caitlin Gallagher, then, her mum, of course, one of the selectors from English, is alongside her, of course, her cousin Regan Fay, who's on the other wing, and Grania MacDonald will be on the 40 from Brocka, wearing, of course, the 11 shirt. And the full forward line then made up of Roisin O'Neill McKee of Brocka. Cara Little will be in the other corner of Nave Trassa, and the well-experienced Sally McCann of Brocka will be at full forward. Wicklow coming into this, of course, buoyed by, I suppose, success at underage and the club level and everything in the last while. But, of course, they being Leinster Junior Champions, Division 4 League finalists, probably feel now another piece of silverware is up for grabs today, no doubt. They've already beaten Tyrone in the league and in the round-robin series of the Nancy Murray Cup, and they, though, have seen a few changes of personnel in recent times as well. But they will line out with Gleneely's Jessica Driver in a goal. It's Alice Mulhall of Knockananna, Jade Byrne of Kilcool, and Casey Kelly of Donard Glen. Laura Hogan, Lisa Hogan and Ciara Kelly, they make up the half-back line from Knockananna, Gleneely and Kilcool respectively. It's an all Knockananna pairing then at the middle of the field, Jessica Byrne and Shanna Gutlin, and then the half forward line made up of Sarah Byrne, Laura Manley the captain, and Faye Corrigan of Knockananna, Gleneely and Kilteague respectively. And then the full forward line, it's Sophia Birmingham of Kilteague, Aoife Keady of Kilcool, and Ciara Byrne of Knockananna.
Passed away earlier this week. We also remember Brendan McInerney from Tyrone and Dylan Quirk from Tipperary GAA.
So that minute silence here for Lily Spence, of course, who is a prominent president of the Camogie Association and face, and also Brendan McAnallen. As we pause for Oran Naveen. Strains of Oran Naveen then in preparation for this All-Ireland final, of course, the Nancy Murray Cup. And I suppose we better make note and mention, it'd be wrong of me if I didn't, we're the whole country in GA family thinking of the quirks of Clonalty Rossmore and of everyone in Tipperary GA this morning after the tragic news of Dylan's passing last night. Of course, the family quirks connected with Camogie and everything, with various family and connection relations with the Tipperary Camogie team. So our Yeshte Grevanum to Dylan Quirk, and remembering all the Quirk family at this very, very sad moment. But we're going to focus on the field of play here, because this is a big day, Rosie.
Yeah.
All-Ireland final for both these teams.
Yeah, it is a big day, and actually it's great weather, a slight breeze, nothing too major. Hopefully the rain will stay off. Ground looks pretty dry, but sometimes it can be too hard. There's no carpet to get the ball up, so that could be a bit of bother. But yeah, it's a great day. Hopefully now it'll be a good show of camogie.
Well, Stephanie, the driest day I've been in Inishkeen anyway.
Yeah, it's very true.
Last couple of years I've been here, I was one of the lucky ones, of course, that could move around the country when COVID scenarios were on, because the matches were on, but there was no crowds.
So you could be, yes.
But I got to see this.
Though, only for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was great to have it. But I remember this venue on a couple of wet and cold evenings. But here we go. So the wind will favour Wicklow as they attack the Inishkeen village end. Of course, the famed poet Patrick Kavanagh's home area. The ball is about to be thrown in by Paul O'Neill of Antrim. He refereed their league encounter, so you know these two fairly well. But it's Tyrone that have started well with Aoife Teague taking in and getting that ball in towards in the full forward direction. Sally McCann has come short, looking to play that ball over to the far side. Heard a shout from Regan Faye. Faye is the one that they'll be looking at for some of the scores, but she's had an early shot off there, and she's pulled that ball to the left and wide.
Yeah, it's good to get the shot off early, though. Just, you know yourself, there's no point in playing around with it.
Better say congratulations to you, Rosie. I believe while you might have been away, you picked up an Ulster All-Star.
Oh, not yet. You may vote and I might win it.
All right, okay. Well,
yeah,
I was given the false information then. Right, well,
I might have yet. Be the first. A lot of people think I won one, but no. Be great to win it then.
Right, well, sure. We, everyone listening then will get them to vote for you.
Shout out. Tyrone have a lot of space here.
Yeah, absolutely. Over on this side, as Tipperary nearly said, Wicklow are struggling to just get to grips at the moment, and it's on the charge here is Caitlin Gallagher. Nice little ball in towards McCann now, and there's an offload here. Could be an opportunity for Roisin O'Neill McKee, looking to scoop the ball up. She's got inside, had a chance to spot it away. Got to be careful here now. Wicklow looking to live a little bit dangerously, and eventually it's Casey Kelly that plays the ball over to the far side to her number 7, Ciara Kelly.
Yeah, that was very close. Just had it, didn't get enough strength on her strike. Goalie got the bat down.
Yeah, bat down all right by Jessica Driver from Glenealy.
Yeah, done for overcarrying.
Yeah, done for overcarrying.
This overcarrying has... I don't know about it. Must be a new rule that they're talking about, the referees, because they should have been picking up on it a lot.
Was a lot, I thought, in recent games, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd know from probably Tullamore in the semi-final a few weeks ago.
Don't talk to me.
So Regan Faye then with this gets a nice little draw on it. It drops off the keeper, batted in again. chance kind of begging, and this Wicklow goal is living dangerously.
Yeah, the ground is very hard. You see the 2 or 3 balls that went in are bouncing, and they think it's coming and then it's moving. That hop is very unpredictable.
It is very unpredictable indeed. So 2 wides for the relations, the Fays and the Gallaghers, playing wing forwards in this Tyrone team as this ball is sent back in by Tyrone. And despite the breeze in their face, they're playing quite well at the moment. Wicklow haven't really been able to get the grips on, though it's only 3 minutes gone. But the ball played out here now in the direction of Ciara Byrne from Knockananna. Of course, Knockananna were All-Ireland Junior B club champions this year. Also did quite well at schools level with a number of those players involved, and Wicklow Camogie definitely is an area that's on the up as this ball breaks now just off the D, and there's a number of players out there and trying to get on it. Cathy Jordan, the English player, though, but she loses out that ball. Sarah Byrne got 2 points against Tyrone in the round robin stages, plays the ball over into the corner, but it's well read there again by centre back Anya McNulty, the Naomh Trassa player, looking to get out, but she's well marshalled there by Faye Corrigan from Kiltegan, playing the ball inside, but ball is picked up and it's going to be taken away by Brona Barker. Of course, the Barker name very famous around the Naomh Trassa club. Of course, her older sisters would have played on this Tyrone team as this ball is played in by Wicklow. Dangerous ball in! All the way to the back of the net.
Yeah. Good strike. It was very hard to judge. You could see the goalkeeper stepped out, but she didn't know whether to step back or keep forward.
We saw that a little bit in an under-16 All-Ireland last weekend down in Mallow. But keeper Nora Ward, she just was on the edge of the square, probably didn't expect it to fly on as much as it did. And Goodwin has got that ball to the back of the net.
Number 12 worked hard to win it back and get the ball in and pass it off to number 9, so it was very good play.
Good play indeed as well, and we were saying about, or what I was saying anyway, that Wicklow might have been struggling to settle into the game, but Gallagher looking now to take the fight here to Wicklow, playing this ball in now. Wicklow living dangerously in the opening stages on their own goal, and there's a chance so maybe Faye has continued to run here. There's an opportunity maybe for O'Neill McKee over on the far side, but it's going to be a shot off here by Cara Little, dropping it in and dropping it over the bar. Good response.
Yeah, very good. She's very good. She seems to be coming out and turning in. 15's quite good, Cara Little. Also for Wicklow, number 15, Ciara Byrne. She's playing very well. She's coming out quite deep. She's working extremely hard for them.
So Shanna Gutterlin has got the goal here, the player from Knockananna, as the ball is poked out, and Laura Manley, the captain, flighting another dangerous ball in. It's gone over the bar.
Score,
and all of a sudden Wicklow just seem to have got their shooting accuracy. They know if they'll knock long ball in, it's going to carry.
Yeah, and they're using it. They're using it wisely.
So just down the far end, it had been a fine score by Cara Little, but a long puck out there by Jessica Driver. That went a long distance, and Manley, the experienced captain from Glenealy, got 6 points in the round-robin game, has got her opening score. It's 1-1 to a point here with a few minutes gone as the goal scorer plays this ball across now. An opportunity here for Ciara Byrne. Byrne, of course, a very popular name. There's lots of Byrnes on this team. I know they're some way related. Not sure they're all in the one household, though, but...
well done.
Well robbed there by the Wicklow forwards. Aoife Keeley getting that ball, playing the ball inside. Opportunity to spin and turn now here. Ciara Byrne playing it back inside. Referee does said there was a foul. It looked like a little bit high of a challenge, all right.
Yeah, it was accidental, but still he let it play on and then gave the free. It's a good area too, so hopefully she should pop this over.
Match officials today look like they're in brand new jerseys, I think. Haven't seen those out before. For All-Ireland final weekend, maybe. Yeah,
they are, right.
Well turned out for the occasion. Anyways, Laura Manley has a second opportunity at the post. Put that towards the left, but the wind didn't drag it in, and it's gone to the left and wide.
Wicklow were playing well, pushing up. They go man on man. They seem to have someone dropping back here with the wind.
Yeah, Wicklow have the goal scorer sitting back there at the moment, but they've turned over that puck out, and straight away he's responded with it up and over the bar by their number 12, Faye Corrigan.
Faye Corrigan, yeah, she overturned it earlier to give it to 9 to get that goal. She's reading the puckouts very well.
But Tyrone can't afford now, you know, to be giving Wicklow opportunities, can they?
No, they need to push out for the puck out. They need to pick somebody. They're trying to go long and it's just not working.
Waiting on the Slitter to come back in there from the sideline. It's one that's gone begging. So if you've just joined us, this is the Nancy Murray Cup final between Wicklow and Tyrone. Tyrone's third Nancy Murray Cup final in a row. Good puck out in fairness there, but it's well read by Ciara Byrne.
Yeah, and in that, even against the win, her puckouts are quite long. They just need to read them a bit better, Tyrone.
Well, in fairness, I think she's popping it in the right place.
Yeah, perfect.
So ball breaks anyway, and it's Faye that comes out with this ball. Regan, well experienced now. He's still a young player, but as he said, was here on that dirty, miserable night against Cavan.
Yeah, she's a good player, Regan.
We'd be expecting her to chip in with 4 or 5 points, I would think, and that's not a huge exaggeration here. Ball down into the corner now. Ball breaks back in Wicklow's favour, but it's a good play there, held up by Anya McNulty. Ball played out here towards Manley, but it's asking an awful lot of Manley to get there.
Yeah, Tyrone just seemed to be that bit.
So that change there, as we had mentioned at the start, calling the team with Orla Coyle. She in for Aoife MacDonald. That's the only change on the teams. Wicklow operating off a small enough panel here today, and they have
working
been
well.
But they are working quite well here, yeah. As that free is taken by McNulty then into the middle. Ball breaks in favour of Tyrone, and it's Regan Faye. You won't miss her with the green helmet. Ball played into the corner. Opportunity here now for maybe ball to be played in there by Cara Little. She's already got the only score so far for Tyrone. It was perfect response after the goal. Lovely pop ball inside. A shot. It's a dangerous one. That was ducking. It could have went anywhere. Grania MacDonald with their second score.
Yeah, it was a good score. Ciara Byrne. Ifakidi winning a lot of ball inside.
Aren't they? Yeah, when that ball comes in.
Seems to be 14. She comes out a good bit and turned up Sorgev off that play. She's very skillful.
Very skillful indeed. As a nice little pop pass here now. Ciara Byrne giving it off to Manley of Glenealy, settling on this. Manley, but she's pulled it to the right and wide, and she actually could have taken that on.
Yeah, she just panicked and took the strike. She just took 2 or 3 more steps.
So just coming up on the 10-minute mark, and it's 1-2 to 2 points in favour of the Garden County. And the ball breaks again, and it's the goal scorer, Gotulin, who played that ball inside. Jessica Byrne there as well, and eventually it's Sophie Birmingham. Sophie giving it back to Ciara Byrne. Pulled it, has she? Umpire waves it wide eventually.
This right side there, off the ball's been pulled this side a lot. The wind must be going down, but across towards us in the stand.
Yeah, well, it's
hard to judge, you know, that wind. It's hard to judge when you're.
Well, we're not far up off the pitch as the stand goes, but it is quite cool where we are at the moment.
Yeah.
In comparison to temperature at pitch level, I was down at pitch level. It is definitely a little bit warmer, so there is a significant breeze.
It's a good strike.
And the breeze at the moment is favouring Wicklow, and it definitely won them that goal. As trying to get on that ball now is Sophia Birmingham. Manley in there trying to, McNulty is in there as well, trying to get out there. Siobhan Donnelly maybe. Falls over her hand on. Tyrone player looking to roll, lifted when probably should have just jabbed it. But Byrne wins that ball back. Referee says it was a foul pass, and it's going to be a free out for Tyrone. Tyrone just need now, you know, to settle a little bit. There seems to be a bit of panic along their half-back line.
Yeah, and their half-back and their back line are under immense pressure for the last 10 minutes. They're working extremely hard. The ball hasn't left that half for, what, 6-7 minutes? Yeah, it's over Karen. I knew he was going to be... It's just a thing they seem to be picking up a lot on this year. It's like when you're on your 5th step and about to play at the blow.
Well, fair play to any referee that's able to count on the 5th, yeah?
I know, and it's always just on that 5th step. And especially when you're being tackled, it's very hard to get out, you know, if you're trying to play it.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
I keep quiet on the field.
Regan Faye trying to pump it into that wind, dropping ball. It's a dangerous one, getting a touchdown on it. Wicklow tried to have a fly at it, but the ball is broken in favour of Grania MacDonald. Got a fine score just moments ago. Wicklow defence kick it back out. It's back in the attention of Cara Little here, looking to spin out around the referee and 2 of the Wicklow backs. She eventually does it and gives it to her full forward. The referee says though that pass was illegal, and it's going to be a free out for Wicklow. And you'd imagine this is going to bomb all the way down to the far end of the field with that breeze.
Yeah, look at all the space here on the right and left. They seem to bring in their third full forward line out to the centre and 2 inside. Look at the space.
Yeah, the space that's in here, and we get Danny to be able to spot that in a minute on our camera here today. Hop, look at the hop of the sliotar right into the top of the D, and it breaks in behind, but it's the Tyrone defence that are dealing with, and you're dead right. Rosie, you mentioned about the hop that's going to be on that surface out there.
So hard to predict, especially when you're coming from a good thick grass field.
Kavanagh used to write about the stony grey soil of Monaghan. Well, I tell you, there's nothing stony or grey about it here today. It's obviously been bereft of a bit of rain over the last few weeks. I do know we've obviously had very little rain across the country, certain parts anyway. I know if you're listening out west it mightn't be, but
yeah. Strike.
Good strike anyway by Sarah Byrne. Trying to get on it here now is Laura Hogan. Might be wearing 5 on her back, but she's down in the right corner forward position, looking to get inside the full back for Tyrone, and that's the well-experienced Cathy Jordan. Looking to spin around again, still gives it to Manley, also an experienced player for Wicklow. Took it into a bit of trouble, shortens the grip, and eventually the referee says she was being held up illegally, and it'll be a chance for her to put the ball over the bar.
Cathy Jordan's quite strong there. She's one of their main players.
Thou shalt not pass. She's a full-back. You ain't going to get in there too easy.
No, she's a good, strong player.
The voice you hear there is Rosie Crow-McKeever of Cavan Camogie fame. And if she hasn't won an Ulster All-Star, she's looking for your votes. If Manley has a shot at the post, might have judged it right this time. I think she has. It's a good score from Laura Manley.
It is, yeah, good score. Harder angle than the last time, and she got that one over, so...
Coming up on the quarter-hour mark there, or thereabouts, and Wicklow 1-3, Tyrone 2 points. The puck out from Nora Ward over on the far side, but it's a good catch and it's played inside. And Wicklow have a few numbers here if they want to move on with it here, but it looked like it was a bit of an overplay of the ball, but it's into the corner anyway. An opportunity maybe to spin around here. But that's good play there by Ward. And I should say Cathy Jordan looking to get on the break in there as well. Una McCann, but it's still Wicklow to possess the ball and looking to... spin around. Mandy is just off the D looking for it. She's been hassled there by Anya McNulty, the joint captain. The other joint captain for Tyrone is on the bench there, Catherine Muldoon.
Again, Cathy Jordan coming out with that ball.
Looking to get this ball over on the far side and trying to Caitlin Gallagher. Caitlin, of course, Mam Leona is part of the management team. Manager, of course, at Tyrone is an Offaly man from the famed Burr area. Declan Sherlock is a long time established now, I think, in Tyrone as a games development officer. As that ball breaks over on the far side. Of course, the man that is managing Wicklow is a man that's brought All-Ireland success to Waterford, an intermediate title back in 2015. And, of course, Sean Fleming. As this ball is played inside now, chance maybe as the ball might break inside. Here's a chance, maybe Cara Little looking to get inside. The keeper had to be strong. She's off the line. She's on the ground, but that ball is cleared away. Chance now maybe again. Gallagher looking to get inside, being held up there by the cornerback for Wicklow, Alice Mulhall. Back there trying to help her out as well. Looks like Jessica Byrne. There as well, Lisa Hogan. The ball breaks. The umpire is keeping an eye on it in case it went out over the line, but it doesn't. And the Wicklow defence living dangerously. That goal is still under a bit of threat.
It's threatening. It's coming.
And look at the hop that ball has got. Manley gets across and is able to shelter it away from Nicola McKiver. Goes for the opportunity now. Manley looking to get on, but the referee says there's a throw ball.
Yeah, but the actual pass over to 15 was, I think, a throw ball more so than the second one. He just didn't see it. The goalkeeper did well up there to come out in time. Yeah,
well read by Jessica Driver as Cara Little was getting an opportunity, but you'd feel there's a chances there for Tyrone.
Yeah, they're just threatening that goal. It's coming.
Looking to step inside now. Regan Fay getting away from the attentions of Ciara Kelly, putting the ball up and over the bar, and there's her first score.
Yeah, it was a very good score. She's 2 or 3 players on her and took it on and turned into her inside and over the bar.
And I think if anything is to come for Tyrone, it's that half-forward line, and it's playing quite well. Caitlin Gallagher, Grania MacDonald, Regan Fay.
Yeah, they have to start playing well because they have a sweeper at the back. Number 9 seems to be dropping. The midfield for Wicklow, number Shannon, she seems to be dropping back. So it's another player on top of the half-forward line for Tyrone.
So Tyrone trying to get this ball back into the middle now. And within a goal.
Great vision to see her there.
Yeah, it was well picked out, but well read then by Jessica Byrne back in there to Hassel and Harry.
Yeah,
Gutland getting this ball forward now. Looking for movement in the attention here out of corner forward. Number 13, Sophia Birmingham from Kiltegan.
Well done, Ciara Byrne.
Ciara Byrne, though, driving out of that ruck and still going. Met with a bit of a shoulder there from Brona Barker, but she gets the ball off. Manley with a lovely little shimmy. Dangerous ball inside. What a ball! A shot at the goal to the left and wide, and that is a missed opportunity. What a ball by Manley.
Oh, perfect ball. She just dinked it right into her hand. She just panicked on the ball, though, when she was taking the shot, the poor devil. Great goal chance. No one in front of her.
No one in front indeed there for Laura Hogan. And maybe she's wearing number 5. I don't know her experience, but just thought the last couple of balls Laura's got, she's not showing maybe forward instinct. So
no.
I don't know what the maybe plan behind having her there is, but at the moment she's had that goal opportunity anyway, and she could have taken it in a little bit closer on Nora Ward. But what a ball in by Manley.
Perfect ball in. And that she could have popped it over the bar herself.
Yes.
But she's seen the goal chance, so probably the right idea. It just didn't come with the result.
Regan Faye then dropping this ball in now on top of the head of Sally McCann or Cara. Little ball drops and it's well taken out of the clouds there, trying to be played back here to Caitlin Gallagher. That was well played there by McCann. Ball is in with Caitlin Gallagher, and the Cousins are on the scoreboard, and all 3 of the half forwards for Tyrone have scored.
Yeah, very good score, Caitlin Gallagher. Again, like the last score, took on 1 or 2 players, turned into her left side and popped it over.
So Eglish will be quite happy with their representation here in the half forward line, and as I said, the families will be happy too. With 19 minutes gone, it's 1-3 to 4, and really, you know, Tyrone have showed in the last couple of minutes, I think, Rosie, here that they're here to work, and they're going to work hard.
To work. It's very hard, as I was saying. Shannon, their midfielder for Wicklow, was dropping back, so again, you have an extra player there, so they're working hard the half forward line. It makes such a difference.
They're working seriously hard here, and I think, as I said, a half forward line that's going to have to be watched. As a miss hit there by Caitlin, and goes at it again. It hops off the helmet there of the Wicklow player and in to try and help out then as Aoife Teague plays the ball back here towards her centre forward, Grania MacDonald. MacDonald playing the ball back into the middle, but Wicklow are there in numbers 3-1, and it's got to be helped out, and Faye gets in there to try and help. But it's the goal scorer, Gotelin, that's trying to get forward, but she's held off there and hooshed away by MacDonald as Faye picks it up, gets the hand pass off to midfielder Siobhan Donnelly. Donnelly inside, well taken by Caitlin Gallagher under all sorts of pressure from Ciara Kelly. She's still going, but pop the ball across. There's numbers here for Tyrone if they're able to get possession of it. Ball looking to step outside. Roisin O'Neill McKee puts that ball over the bar, and all of a sudden Tyrone are just in a nice little groove here.
Yeah, they're working well. They're using the players off the shoulder. When they meet the Wicklow player, they're giving it off. They're not taking a shot like they were earlier. So much space over that other side. All the players had come to one side.
So 5 of the 6 starting forwards for Tyrone have scored, while with a point apiece, and Wicklow just starting to be a little bit worried, I think, is Mr. Fleming, Sean Fleming, on the sideline here.
Seem to have taken their foot off the pedal a slight bit when they got that 1 or 2 points ahead, and that can happen. Your momentum goes when you're ahead.
Sophia Berryman playing this ball in now towards Laura Hogan. Will she try to make up for missed goal opportunities? That ball breaks there. Cathy Jordan fell behind her, but she's still got a hurl on it. As breaking out now is the centre back McNulty. Plays an intelligent ball over towards Faye. Faye now has Ciara Kelly for company all game, but Regan Faye has gone up the far side now, and an opportunity to level this game up. She's still going, Regan Faye. It's on the end of the hurl, popping the ball in up inside, maybe playing the ball in towards McCann. Ball has gone a little bit too long, and it's a missed opportunity. And I think if Regan, I think she was thinking about getting the ball into the full forward line, but there was a player literally 15 yards ahead of her in loads of space.
Yeah,
that was maybe the better option.
McKee was right in front for her, hand up, roaring for it. She was just on the run and gave the strike in. She should have looked up a little bit sooner, gave the pass. Was ample opportunity for a point. Ample
it was, and probably even a goal opportunity, because there was numbers over, but the ball comes down this far side now. It's well taken by probably Wicklow's best player at the moment, Ciara Byrne, in here towards Laura Hogan now. She's being tracked all the way here by Cathy Jordan. Jordan flicks that ball away, but it's Hogan that gets in there again now, looking to spin over on her left-hand side, back onto her right, looking to hit the post as she put the ball over. That's a fine score.
She can play both sides, so a back and a forward.
Yeah. And maybe I'll take back then what I was saying. She looked at, as I said a couple of minutes ago, maybe it was just nerve or whatever. Could have taken the goal opportunity. I didn't think she was comfortable up there, but that's a fine score.
Yeah, it is. Her and 15 are working. Ciara Byrne are working very well. Could even nearly move Ciara Byrne in and bring her out. They might do that, but Laura Hogan
is causing anyway the problems for Cathy Jordan. at the moment has taken that well and maybe just settled Wicklow nerves here now. They've gone back out to 2 points, but it's Caitlin Gallagher up into the corner now. This ball goes. An opportunity maybe to spin and turn on this one now with Cara Little. Cara into the middle, but it's broken away by Guttlin, and the ball is out here towards Byrne again. Ciara is everywhere at the moment from a Wicklow point of view, but it's picked up in the middle of the field here by Siobhan Donnelly. Donnelly looking to pop the pass, but it's well read there by the goal scorer. Guttlin looking to spin around now. A famed name, of course, around the Knockananna area. Don't know if too many of them in around Wicklow or even in the country, but anyway, it's she's a fine camogie player and took a good goal from distance. She did in the early stages of this game. 1-4-5 on Wicklow now. Maybe have just got a bit of a kick in the backside there from their manager as the ball is played down towards Hogan, but this time it is the winner, Cathy Jordan, the English player, and the well-experienced Tyrone player comes out and gives that ball away though, and it's going to be returned here now with a little bit of purpose by the player wearing number 14, Aoife Keddy of Kilcool. She played that ball down into the corner and it was knocked out by a Tyrone hurl. Casey Kelly, or sorry, Una McCann.
Shannon Guttlin from Wicklow's midfielder is working very well. There's 3 on her there and she still got the hand pass off. She's working extremely hard because the other midfielder's dropping, so she's doing a lot of work on her own in the middle. Yeah,
she is, and a tall lady. She's well able to put herself around in there as that ball falls now here in the direction. One look over left, and then Sophia Birmingham turns on her right over the bar. Lovely taken score, I have to say, by Kiltegan's Sophia Birmingham.
Yeah, good confidence the way she turned left and turned right and took her strike. They're starting to take their score when they have the space. At the beginning, the first 5-10 minutes they weren't. They're starting to do that, both teams, and it's working for them.
But it's a good response from Wicklow when you consider that Tyrone were getting to within a point of them.
Exactly, yeah.
So they've got the last 2 scores now to open up that gap again. Laura Hogan and Sophia Birmingham. Sophie Birmingham, I should say. As a ball is, that's a shot in. Could go in over the top there. Opportunity maybe inside, but the keeper has got to read this, and she does. Nora Ward steps back into traffic. It's a bit of danger. Flying ball. It's in the back of the net.
Just blocked down in the wrong time. She turned back in the goal mount. She should have turned back out. Even just hand pass it out, kick it out. Don't turn back in. 2 players got the block. Those on the ground strikes, you just cannot.
Well, on a dry pitch like today, they'll carry, no question.
Old-fashioned camogie.
Sophie Birmingham getting the strike off. She's got a goal and a point in the space of 40 seconds. And really, Nora Ward should have looked to the sideline there. Turned straight back into the traffic. She was well blocked down, and then as the ball hit the deck, Birmingham just pulled on it. Ball into the back of the net. 2-5-5, and goals win matches. Tyrone have got to work extremely hard, although they will have the elements in the second half. But really, Wicklow went to sleep for about 10 minutes, Rosie. Yeah. Tyrone came back into it. Now all of a sudden
they're awake.
They're back awake, yeah. Ball played down into the corner by one of the goal scorers now. She was the first goal scorer, Guttlin, but that's a rob there. Manley looking to turn this ball around. Good turn again there by Laura Hogan, popping the ball in, but it's gone to the right and wide. Yeah,
she looked across though for an option. There was nothing there, so she turned back in to try and get the shot off. It's a great flick off the hurl from Wicklow's number 11, Laura Manley. It was a great dispossession.
So Sophie Birmingham with a goal and a point in about 40 seconds. I think it was, I'll check with Danny on the clock, but it was a lovely score that she'd taken off her right side after she had looked over her left shoulder and popped a lovely ball over the bar at the point, and then the goal as that ball is played forward there by Tyrone. That goes down as a wide.
Yeah, there's so much space in front of the front forward line for Tyrone. They're not getting that ball in perfectly or even towards their forwards. They're trying.
And Rosie, the danger of that now in the second half is that with the wind you start pumping it in and then it goes over the full forward line.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's going to be something they've got to get quite measured, I think, with Declan Sherlock and his management team. As this ball played into the middle, Wicklow just gone a little bit asleep again, is coming out to win this ball now, Roisin O'Neill McKee, but she's blocked down. She gets a kick on it.
Broke her hurl.
And is going to have to get a new stick as it out comes to Mayor Come On, as Wicklow are the ones that break out. And the Mayor Come On has got to get out of the way.
He got a strike across.
Could have got a shove in the back there. Is coming out to try and sweep on that was the number 20, of course, that's in from the start, Orla Coyle. Manley though She was showing all her experience, looking to get in there and use the strength, and she does it the second time of asking, turns on it, didn't really look and was hoping maybe someone would be inside, and that's you'd have to say a missed
They worked
opportunity.
so hard to get that ball in the ruck. There was 3 or 4 of them each, and she won it up. She should have just a little bit steady, looked up, placed it better, or turned back inside to somebody inside her. That was a bit of a waste after working so hard to get it back.
But Wicklow are in control here. They lead by 2-5 to 5. The goals that came after 6 minutes from Shanna Gutland was the one of the first scores of the game. It flew all the way over the goalkeeper, Nora Ward, from distance, with the wind carrying it a lot of the way. And then a good goal then, Sophie Birmingham, after the ball broke off the goalkeeper. She just took a swing at it on her left side, and the ball went in off the post into the back of the net.
Tyrone need to look up a bit better. They're just hitting it, they're looking up, they're not looking for a player, they're just hitting it for the sake of hitting it. If they start to look up and place it to a player, it'll work so much better for them.
Isn't that so something they were doing about 5 minutes ago, and it's all changed since, you know, Wicklow have hit the groove here. Manley doesn't really look, sends another ball in. It's a dangerous enough one with just a little bit too much on it. And again,
right idea in the area of the players, at least it wasn't wasted so completely. You know, could have kept something, could have come off it.
Well, it was into the danger area, I suppose.
Exactly.
So we mightn't be too critical.
And again,
another ball in, but it's another wide for Wicklow. That's 3 in a row now all of a sudden.
They're starting to do what Tyrone are doing, just not placing it to the player. Take that second to look up. They should know that the hop is going to be extremely big now, so maybe that little bit less of a strike on it. 4.
And as I said, Wicklow have their last 4 shots at goal have actually been 4 wides since they got a goal and 2 points.
Great strike by Una McCann from the way over in the corner.
It could have been out of sight at this stage if that had... Oh, lovely little bit of play by Cara Little. Got the block, it spun up, and then as the Wicklow player came out, just tapped it over her head. But Wicklow defence now growing maybe in a little bit of confidence. Lisa Hogan clears that ball out to the middle. But it's sent back in here by Grania MacDonald. Ball breaks off a Wicklow defender. Still there maybe is Sally McCann, the only one of the Tyrone forwards not to score. And it's ball breaks out. The Wicklow player just dropped it behind her, Casey Kelly, and stopped. And
they all looked that little bit tired.
Yeah, it's coming up in the half time. I'm sure they'll be glad now of the bit of Lucasade or oranges or whatever it'll be. But it's well played by the lady with 14 on her back, Aoife Keddy from Kilcool. But the referee says that she fouled there somehow.
I don't know. Yeah, obviously he was closer and it was a ruck of players, so it was hard to see, but she worked hard to get it out. They're all just looked that little bit tired now, as you say, coming up to half time. Passes aren't great, the hand passing's a bit sloppy. And
Regan with this opportunity, and we know she had a chance down the far side to set up a score that would have actually made it, I think, a 1-point game at one stage, but she's got the score on the board, her second anyway. Yeah. And Wicklow, since that opportunity, I don't know if you remember it, Rosie, remember the pop pass she could have played and it went wide. Wicklow have taken over since then.
Yeah.
So ball out to the middle, and it's Wicklow looking to drive on here now. Sarah Byrne, of course, Wicklow have played Tyrone twice already this year. They've won both meetings.
They know each other well.
But this is a good play here. Manley now getting this ball in here towards Ciara Byrne. Byrne has one thing on her mind. She's going all the way on the 20, on the 13 shot, and puts the ball over the bar. I think she was thinking about goal.
Yeah, and if she had played it out wide, but it was just too far out, she's probably better at this stage to take the point.
Ciara Byrne is definitely a dangerous player from a Wicklow point of view.
The most dominant for them so far. She's working extremely hard.
Oh, lovely take by Regan Fay from the puck up by Nora Ward, and takes it on over the middle, over the Wicklow 65. Is met there by Shanna Gutland. Got the first goal, but it's her midfield partner that drives out there, Jessica Byrne. They're knocking on a pair, working quite well in the middle.
Extremely well. 2 midfields for Wicklow are very good.
Oh, look at this opportunity now. Who's taking on Faye Corrigan. The ball. Oh, she was trying to find Manley, who was standing all on her own, the 20-metre line, but she's trying to win that ball back. Looked like she was illegally taken off the ball there, but the referee allowed the play to continue, and it's the half-forward line. Brona Barker is looking to get this ball out now. Referee allowing the play to continue. That is, of course, Paul O'Neill from Antrim, as the ball is driven in again now. Armagh will be playing, of course, in action tomorrow against Antrim. Don't forget, in the Premier Junior final. Don't forget also it will be Cork and Galway in the intermediate, and then the big game is Cork and Kilkenny. That's in the senior decider. All those games at Croke Park tomorrow, as we worry here about the 4th All-Ireland final at other level over the weekend. Has just come to half time. It's the goals that are the difference. They came from Gutterland with the first goal. That came after 6 minutes. A speculative effort. It came in from about 55 metres out, flew over the keeper, Nora Ward, and then the second goal came. That came on the 25th minute mark. Sophie Birmingham just put a point over the bar, and then subsequently from the play after that, she was involved in blocking down goalkeeper Nora Ward, and when the ball hit the deck, she just had a swing at it and ball went to the bottom corner. That's the difference. But this game has had swings and roundabouts, and I'd say that breeze is probably just about a 6-point advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of probably unpredictable when you're out there playing. As you can see, the flags are turning one way, but again, as we said earlier, the ground too, the hop is very hard to predict, you know, especially with Camogie. You think you have it and then it's gone, but and with the first goal, the goalkeeper coming out, I'd say she was thinking she should have stepped back on forward, but both are playing very well. It's just placing the ball a little bit better, and I think a little panic, and you know, the adrenaline is in the first 20 minutes, you just get it and hit it, pure nerves, but hopefully they'll settle into it in the second half and start placing ball better on both teams. They're both, Wicklow are placing a little bit better than Tyrone, and it seems to be working for them, but they've one or two there. Ciara Byrne's working extremely well in there for Wicklow in the full forward line. She's coming out to the half forwards and working in, and Regan Fay for Tyrone is probably the one out doing that job for Tyrone. So we'll hopefully have a very good second half. Well,
there's an opportunity there, Rosie. I would think if you're Declan Sherlock and the management team, you know, Tyrone caused Wicklow all sorts of problems for about 10 minutes there. I don't know whether it was a case of Wicklow just got a little bit nonchalant in their possession or whatever, but Tyrone all of a sudden just hit a groove, and Wicklow were struggling to kind of deal with it.
Yeah, they got their spell. I'd say Tyrone were, Wicklow, I felt maybe they went a point or two ahead, and then sometimes you can take your foot off the pedal thinking I have this, but the momentum goes. But obviously a score or two, and Tyrone, as we said, got 3 or 4 in a row, and that just kicked Wicklow back into gear. You'll have your purple patches beginning and end of each half, so it'll probably be similar in this half. You know, to Wicklow will have the purple patch than Tyrone, but it's whoever pushes on in that purple patch that'll probably, you know, it'll reap the benefits. But you can't be complacent with it at any stages of the game, you know, and when they did there, you can see the result. So
I'm sure if you're Sean Fleming, though, you're inside in the Wicklow, even though you're 6 points up and you've taken your opportunities, he can't be happy that they switched off, and he knows if they do that again in the second half, you know, it could be calamitous.
Yeah, because the 2 or 3 goal chances up there for Tyrone, only that, as we said, the ground's hard, the ball hopped different ways. There were 2 goal chances, and they will come, as you say, goals win matches. So I'm sure he's in there telling them, if you get your chance on goal, go for it. And maybe because they have Wicklow have number 9 dropping back, it's a little bit harder, so they need to place it better in to work the goal, you know, rather than just hitting it for the sake of hitting it. I know, as I say, panic is in, but I'm sure he's trying to tell them, explain the goal will come and how to work on that. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see. The 2 goals Wicklow got, I'm not saying they weren't great goals, but the first obviously very hard to judge. The second, strike on the ground, Old Camogie, they weren't extremely well placed, as in played goals. They just happened, and that can happen in any game, so you never know. It could happen for Tyrone.
Could happen for Tyrone in the second half. Yeah, absolutely. So they will have the breeze in the second half as it blows from my left to the right, of course, down into Inishkeen village here in the fine appointed Inishkeen Grattan's ground. It is quite hard out on the surface, as you saw the slitter hop and bounce, but I have to say the grounds, as always, here in Fine Fettle for this first of 4 All-Ireland adult finals, of course, that are taking place over the weekend. And this one, the first one up for the Nancy Murray Cup. It's between Tyrone and Wicklow, and it's the girls from the Garden County who lead the Red Hand by 2-6 to 6 points. I've been Killian Whelan. You're listening as well to Rosie Crow McKeever from Cavan Camogie. Danny's on camera. Well, hopefully you'll come back to us for the second half, which is all on the way, still quite in the melting pot here. Hi, you're welcome back here to Inishkeen Grattans as thrown out on the pitch. Wicklow just emerging back out, and all the panel members heading for the stand as the match officials come out.
There's any changes on either.
Yeah, just looking around there. Boys, I'm sure have had the cup of tea and bit of
didn't bring us up one.
Bit of fruit cake.
I peeped in. I was going to ask them, but they looked at me like a 10 head, so I left.
Wonder now what Sean Fleming is thinking. Of course, Amanda said who's won an All-Ireland intermediate title with Waterford back in 2015. And plying his trade with Wicklow over the last couple of years.
Great achievement.
Yeah. Some achievement. He comes out here with another All-Ireland title. Yeah. But a Wicklow crew, of course, that are promising a lot. But so are Tyrone, and still in this game. 6 points then.
Yeah, two shots.
Anything could happen, as you already mentioned.
John Dermody down the sideline.
Yeah, I see John there, all right. Yeah, I should have given him a mention.
He calls me Evergreen Rosie. Good ref, though.
John keeping an eye on things. Paul just waiting for his umpires to make it to the goal mouth, and they eventually have. So ball is in, game is on as Tyrone have won both throw-ins, but Wicklow have turned it over here. And she was nearly guilty of going the wrong way there, I think.
Took her
Jessica Byrne. Yeah, I think someone from the sideline shouted at her. But it's Hogan looking to get inside now with good dispossession there by Una McCann. And getting in and winning that ball. We're number 14, Aoife Keddy, getting it to Hogan, but it's good dispossession there by Brona Barker. As he said, Brona, one of the Barker sisters. But yeah, Jessica Byrne was free. Don't think she meant to maybe put the ball in that direction, but it might work out. Manley somehow got a touch on it, and Wicklow looking to come in from the far side now, looking to get a shot off. Dangerous ball, it's gone all the way to the net, and it's another
drop goal. Just can't
away.
Read them in Camogie. It's so hard to judge, but you could see it dropping. Good strike off though. She looked up and went for the point.
And it's Ciara Byrne that got that strike off there. She's been Wicklow's dangerous player, I think, out there. And she probably did the right thing. Put it in around the square and see what happens. And it dips. There's not a whole lot Nora Ward can do about it.
No, and the first half, remember, it happened to her own and it just didn't pay off for them. But it dropped and they didn't get anything on it. But there you go, the dropping goals.
Yeah, so the goals have come for Wicklow here today, and they've got 3 of them. And
Tyrone need to up it now and try and win possession and get a point or two. If the Wicklow pull away any further, I'd say it'll be a done day.
Yeah, because Tyrone have been fairly close to them in all the matches they've played this year, and Manley was getting that ball in, but that's a good hand by Nora Ward.
She went to put up the hurl and thought twice, then put up the hand. She was wise. It's a great tackle by number 4. Oh.
Good tackle is right there by Una McCann, the Brocca player, getting the ball over here, but Hogan gets in there and wins that ball. Laura Hogan from Knockananna. Of course, Knockananna, All-Ireland Junior B champions this year. And the ball played in though. It's gone to the left and wide.
Good shot though, good shot.
Good play by Hogan over in the corner. Had to do an awful lot of work on her own.
Yeah.
Ball out here now on top of Regan Fay. Lovely take. Regan Fay, phenomenal player. I think Regan would be well able to play her trade at grades above.
Yeah, she would, yeah. And she's playing a good while too, and she's still quite young, so she's one of their better players.
It's Gutland trying to get this ball out with the ruck and play it back, but Tyrone look like they have it, and they have won it back here. Roisin O'Neill-McKee trying to get this ball, but Tyrone, you'd feel, Rosie, 3-6, they need a goal in the next few minutes.
Yeah, or even just a point to settle them and get them, get the heads a little bit settled. Wicklow were just working that bit harder. See there was 3 or 4 Wicklow players in on top of 2 Tyrones. They're just really, really working harder at the minute.
Sean Fleming roaring instruction now just to the Wicklow defence to be ready, because here we have a situation where Regan Fay could put this ball in around the house and anything could happen. We've seen that already. Fay, she doesn't really catch up well though. Dropping in though, and McCann could get in there, and also Roisin O'Neill-McKee, but the ball breaks away, and that's a missed chance now in the early stages.
One of them were, 2 of them were in beside each other and just watched across. One of them should have come across, and this one side, one the other. Just not reading it, especially with that happening on the ground. At this stage, they should be reading it a little bit better. They would need to win these puck outs.
Well, they've played half an hour on that surface now at this stage. They should be able to react to it.
Wicklow seem to be adjusting to it a bit better.
Yeah. As Byrne plays that ball along there now, looking for Ciara Byrne then. Looking to spin inside. That's a lovely ball inside. An opportunity now for Wicklow's number 10, Sarah Byrne. The Burns are all linking up. It's a dangerous ball in. Ball might break for Wicklow here. Manley with the shot. Ball is gone out to the left, but it's got a touch off a hurl there somehow. And that would have been curtains, you'd feel.
Yeah. That was a very good pass across for Ciara Byrne. She looked up and seen her. Number 10 for Wicklow is Sarah Byrne. On the other side, a great pass, great vision to see her. That's what Wicklow's doing. That's the difference. They're placing the ball and finding the players. Like Tyrone up here, when they get it to this line, it's just hit it. They're not looking up and looking for their players and working off each other. That's the difference.
Laura Manley then, the captain from Glenealy. She's currently has a couple of fingers wrapped around the Nancy Murray Cup at the moment, dropping this ball in. Not a great connection, but it might work out for them. Opportunity for Hogan. Has a shot, but it's gone to the left and wide. It's her second goal chance.
Yeah, she is working well in there. It looks like, as you said, she was a back, but she's working well in there. She's winning her own ball, and that's all you need from a forward.
So ball out in the direction again of Regan Fay, but Ciara Kelly gets that ball knocked down into the corner. It goes again, and have to say, been impressed enough now by Aoife Keddy and Laura Hogan. They're showing an awful lot for ball here at the stage. Keddy looking to get inside, but taken away from her there by the experienced Cathy Jordan. Jordan one-handed looking to play that ball down along the wing, but getting in there to try and win it back now. Keddy and Hogan looking to step around the house now and help out here. Back it goes towards Sarah Byrne. Byrne looking to step inside now. Manley is peeling off her, but she's dropping this ball in. It's another dangerous ball in around the house. It's gone all the way though, and it's gone to the right and wide. And Tyrone are struggling, even though with the elements in their favour, Rosie, to just get playing possession.
Yeah, and even see the way Tyrone or Wicklow won the ball in the corner. They came across and in. They're not, they're coming out to bring it in rather than just hitting it in for the sake of it. They're utilising their players. Great catch. Number 7.
Good catch here by
McKeever.
Yeah, Nicola McKeever, of course, is experienced enough head, and this Tyrone team was here on that 30 night 2 years ago. I didn't say enough more now about that night.
I don't think anyone will ever forget that night.
Not in Cavan or Tyrone anyway.
Oh God, to think we even played in that.
Yes, when I think about it, but
yeah. They all need to work hard and not let this ball out.
Yeah, they've got to get something on the board here now. There's a good interchange of passes here. Might work out. Aoife Teague looking to get this ball.
Trying to strike a ball with 3 players on you, it's just not possible. Utilise your players around you. You're going to get blocked.
Tyrone had that spell for 10 minutes there. It really seems that the goal knocked the stuffing out of them, that second goal. Regan Fay whooshed off the ball, but it might work out here. They're driving forward. There's shot coming in. That's 2 opportunities now, and maybe if they just tap them over the bar, Rosie.
That'll give the momentum to them, like as in settle their heads, get them back into the game a little bit better. Panic, she'd nobody on it there, 2 or 3 steps, stroke it. She was kind of falling as she stroked it. See, the great catch of Wicklow, we're reading that bounce very well. The
voice there of Rosie Crowe McKeever as Wicklow come on the attack now again with Gutland trying to find Manley. He looked like a push in the back there. Referee allows the play to continue.
He's letting it go.
Yeah, he's letting it go now all of a sudden as this ball breaks though. Byrne looking to play this ball inside. This is Sarah Byrne dropping ball in, but it's well read there by Cathy Jordan. Plays a nice ball over to the far side. Loads of time now for Nicola McKeever to have a look around and play this ball down along the line. It works out though. Into the middle it goes. Siobhan Donnelly, the Brocca player, down into the onrushing Caitlin Gallagher. Gallagher has her cousin Faye inside. Regan looking to come on to this ball now, but it might get all the way to the full forward line. They need something to happen out of this move, even just a score of any kind now. Faye is digging it out here, taking it out into a little bit of space. Regan looking to spin left and right, looking to get away. Oh, it looked like Shirley was fouled. High challenge there.
Yeah, she played it well. She turned back into the player, so they had to nearly foul her. She's done well. Clever player.
Was clever play, especially with the 2 Wicklow players around her.
Yeah.
Wasn't a whole lot now Lisa Hogan Glenealy could do.
No, Lisa Hogan's playing very well for Wicklow. She's cleaning up a lot there, stopping everything.
So Regan Fay, what would she do here? I just think tap it over the bar and get things going again.
Yeah.
And that's up and over the bar here from Regan Fay from that free.
They need to read the puck out now and try and win it when it is this end.
So it's the first score of the opening stages, I think, manager would have been expecting to have a few on the board at this point.
Yeah, a few more. And they have had chances, it's just not working out.
Puck out to come then from Jessica Driver from Glenealy. Ball over the far side, and it's well read by Caitlin Gallagher, driving onto it now, and this is what Tyrone need to do more of. Looking to shorten the grip. She's dropping the ball. Dangerous
goal.
ball.
No.
Up and over the bar. It was very, very tight, but good score, all of her own making.
Yeah, she did very well earlier too. She ran through that time to give the ball off to gain that free. As I say, if they win the puck out, look at the difference that made when she won that puck out.
Absolutely. It's 3-6 now
score.
to 8 points, and on the scoreboard that's only 9 scores to 8, so it just goes to show you how close it has been. It's just the goals that are the difference here for Wicklow. Ball played forward. Looked like a foul committed on the full forward, but anyway, it's play on. Roisin O'Neill McKee tried to get that ball, but the Wicklow defence looked like they have it. But Regan Fay is in there now again, has to get slalom her way through 3 Wicklow players. She wins that ball back somehow off of Gotland. That pass is played inside. I don't know how she played that pass off. Chance inside though. Wicklow now under a little bit of pressure. Tyrone maybe buoyed by the couple of scores, looking to get inside. If they got a goal, all of a sudden this game opens up again. Ball is still there to be played with. Wicklow are all over it.
Number 9 for Tyrone has it.
Paul O'Neill quite happy.
Well done.
And he was quite happy to let that ruck form and play itself out. And Tyrone now all of a sudden going for their 3rd score here in a matter of minutes. And it's, well, you know, it'll be 9 scores apiece, with the goals being the difference, but it is starting to ask a few questions.
Yeah, Siobhan Donnelly done well to win that in the ruck and just straight through tried to run forward, and they held her back. That's 2 puck outs after winning and creating 2 scores, so if they push up on the puck out and try and win them.
So a bit of a breeze blowing that is favouring Wicklow in the second half as they make a substitution. Number 16, Aoife Connolly of Ockram, is in for Aoife Keddy from Kilcool. So Aoife Connolly wearing 16 in, and she comes in after 40 minutes.
Top by 4 players. Tyrone ball, yeah.
So Tyrone all of a sudden now just keeping the ball down this end, and you know, Rosie, that's what they have to keep doing, just keep chipping away at the Wicklow confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
Another change then coming in, and it's number 7 has been replaced. Nicola McKiver is being replaced by number 17, Leanne McKernan. And Leanne again has been around the setup in the last couple of years, and she knows about playing in the Nancy Murray Cup final.
Yeah, I think Nicola McKeever was doing well out in that wing. I'm surprised they're taking her off now, but obviously she might just be got a bit tired.
Might have got a knock or something like that, but Regan Fay playing this ball inside, but it didn't really work out, and driving on. Gotland now looking to play this ball, looking for her midfield and clubmate there, Jessica Byrne, but she elects to go along with it and try and find Manley inside. Manley now and Cathy Jordan, 2 well established stalwarts of Camogie in their respective counties. Regan Fay though looking to get away from the attentions of the Wicklow backs. Looked like she thought she might have overstepped it, but the referee
gave her the advantage.
Yeah, maintains that I think there was a foul being committed. He maintains, I wasn't sure what signals he was making, but it's a free anyway for Tyrone, and Tyrone now needing to leave this ball in the 4
space each side. Look at 4 and 4.
Yeah, they're kind of playing a narrow enough inside forward line. Plenty of space left and right, and that's where it goes, down along the right-hand side, and it's good play now. Caitlin Gallagher looking to take it on a bit of a run here from Alice Mulhall. Caitlin now looking to step inside. Mulhall trying to hold on to her. Caitlin doing very well, looking to go for her own score. It's a dangerous ball in, over the keeper, flicked away, ball is batted back in there. Opportunity still, it's in the back of the net. It worked out eventually between Sally McCann and Cara Little, but it was all to do, in fairness, Caitlin Gallagher worked so hard for that.
So hard. And it was a right ball. Just give it off cross, dink it into the goal. You never know what could happen.
And anything can happen, and Gallagher sends that ball back in, and that's a chance. She had to, I think, have a go, because I think she saw the keeper off the line and the players inside, but the referee has, I think, called a 45, would you believe, from that way out. The ball was blocked down in Caitlin Gallagher, and it's a chance here, and all of a sudden Tyrone are well back in this game.
Yes, you never know, as you said, goals and win matches, but the ball literally rolled across the line. I think they were all trying to strike it, and it just kept moving. None of them got the hit on it. It's that they're the slitter balls that you can't, they're uncontrollable. You're like, you're trying, but you can't get to it.
Well, back in this game
now. Yeah.
And if this goes over the bar, that makes it then just a 2-point game.
Yeah. The 2 or 3 points Tyrone got on them puckouts, winning them, they made the difference. They gave them that little bit of, edge
confidence,
to push.
yeah.
Made such a difference.
Regan Fay leading by example here now, driving this ball in. This would be a major score. It goes over the bar.
Well struck,
and that is a fine score by Regan Fay. The 45 makes it now, and this is a right ding-dong battle now.
Yeah. Tyrone again need to win the puck out if they're going to.
110 Tyrone, 3-6 to Wicklow. Wicklow look comfortable. It's now getting a little bit edgy. I said Manly had her fingertips on the cup. Well, it might have just slipped off there a little bit, but trying to drive on now here is Byrne and Corrigan as the ball is played over the far side. Not a great ball at all, and Tyrone are able to come onto it now, driving from the middle of the field. It's the Nancy Murray Cup final between Tyrone and Wicklow, two sides that know each other extremely well over the last couple of years. Tyrone had the upper hand until this year. Wicklow have won their last 2 battles between them, but it's getting very, very tight out there, and all their games have been tight this year. Ball looking to break away now is their full-back for Wicklow there, Jade Byrne from the Kilcool club, plays the ball into the middle, and Wicklow now need a little bit of settled heads out there, don't they?
You can see the fight though in Tyrone. Look at that. There's after 2 or 3 of them are after tackling, up to the difference.
Fay to make it a 1-point game, but it could be more. Driving the ball in, batted down with the keeper. It's going to be turned on again. Missed opportunity there by McCann. Ball is still in there. McKee O'Neill looking to get this ball. Ball breaks. It's still Wicklow looking to turn out. All of a sudden, anything could happen down in that Wicklow goal mode. Ball is on the break here, trying to get a touch on it there. Jade Byrne in there as well, trying to get her body on it. Casey Kelly still could work out. All the full forward line for Tyrone are in there trying to get a dink on it. Fay is just waiting on the edge of it. Gallagher's in there trying to get a touch on it. Gets the ball back. The sub is in there trying to get there as well. Leanne McKernan. Ball is back from Gallagher. This will be huge if it goes over. Stepping around the house here now a little bit. Grania MacDonald. MacDonald looking to play the ball into the corner. Wicklow numbers there, and it is their centre back Lisa Hogan that clears the ball over to the far side. Frantic stuff here in the commentary box. Frantic stuff down on the pitch, and it's Wicklow that are leading the charge out of the defence now. This would be major if they get something at the end of it, because it will relieve some of the tension and the pressure. The referee says there was a foul committed on the Wicklow player. That was good play by Laura Hogan to make that bit of a run, because she drew the foul, relieve some of the pressure. Yeah, and it's Tyrone here now have a player dropping back, so they're doing what Wicklow did in the first half, and that is making a difference. It's was it Anya McNulty, the joint captain? Yeah, she's playing very well there. She's reading it very well. Great run, great ball out from Wicklow to get it out, though. That was a lot of pressure on them there. It is because
Tyrone are fighting, they're working hard now. You didn't see that fighting them in the first half, but they're fighting for every ball better.
Well, Wicklow have only got 1 score in the second half. That was a goal, and we thought it was home and hosed at that point, 3-6 to 6. Tyrone though have bounced back with a goal and 4 points, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game. Substitution for Wicklow. Just in on the field, number 17, Maura Deegan from Carnew Emmett. She replaces Alice Mulhall. Ball down the far side now. Wicklow playing into a strong breeze. It was a breeze that gave them a 6-point lead effectively at half time. It's over towards the lady that got the first score of the Gale, Shanna Gotteland from Knockanana. Down into the far corner goes Manley, looking to roll off of Cathy Jordan. She does that very, very well. Looking to spin inside now, Manley looking to draw the foul. It's been held up there well by the Tyrone defence. Plays the ball inside, and Jordan is there for the break. Looking to play it out to the middle, but it's a bit of a loose ball, but it might work out from a Tyrone point of view. And driving onto it now and sending the ball down was Grania MacDonald, looking for a little bit of a move. Looked like a hoosh in the back there, but the Wicklow defence have it, trying to get across and get a play on it there, Casey Kelly. But it's moving on here now on the charge. It's Regan Fay again. What a big game she's having. Ball is inside. Referee allowing the advantage. Looking to come on a 1-on-1 here. Sally McCann is still going. She's inside the marker. 1-on-1. Looking to flick across. Ball is on the ground. Could get inside. It's in the net. Tyrone have taken the lead. Unbelievably have turned this ball and game around. Regan Fay with the ball across. McCann kept going. She never gave up. I don't know what part of her body got a touch on it, but it's in the back of the net, Rosie.
She kept going, but she turned her player, went direct. It's the only way you'll get goal, straight through. Tried to get the strike off, it dropped and back of the net.
What a change in this game now, and this is a ding-dong battle. Can Wicklow relieve the pressure, because they've fallen from being 9 points up to now be a point down as this ball is played forward here. They're going to have to show grit now. Corrigan in towards Manley. Manley's going for the juggler, but the ball breaks off of what a tackle by Cathy Jordan.
Oh my God, great block by Jade Byrne, great block.
But the ball is broken off here now for that 45. In it went to Manley. Manley looking to step inside her marker, but what a defensive tackle it was. And Wicklow now, as we said, 3-6 they led in the opening stages of the second half. They now find themselves a point down. The point and goals coming from Tyrone. 2-4 they've got since that goal. They lead 2-10 to 3-6. Manley is a big game player. She needs to knock this ball over the bar to level things up here. And we're right in the melting pot with a quarter of an hour to go. Manley driving this ball in and over the bar. And as I said...
Settled head, good score,
yes.
Good strike, yeah, well done. Against the wind too.
So that 45 that she won of her own.
It's anyone's now.
Absolutely. 18 minutes gone in this second half. We're right in the melting pot here. 2-10 to 3-7. Rosie, did you think this would happen?
No, but the fight came in Tyrone there in the last 5 or 10 minutes. They were fighting for every ball. 2 or 3 of them were tackling. They weren't doing that in the first half. You can see they want that a little bit more now. And look at the difference it's made.
Huge change, as we said, in this game, and that 45 could be vital for Wicklow yet, because now it's keeping the play up this end. Definitely when Tyrone are getting the ball down in their own half-forward line, they are causing Wicklow all sorts of problems.
Yeah. They're placing the ball in to the 13, 20 metre line, Tyrone, a little better, and the players can come out and win it. Before the first half, they were just hitting it into space, no man's land, or hitting it wide.
Manley looks like she's driven that ball over the line. The referee has been called upon that there was a late tackle there.
Like you're going momentum switch and your player stands you up.
So umpire called it wide, but
I agree, it's a free out. She kind of did charge straight in. 6 held her ground and she was very good, very clever.
So 10 minutes remaining or thereabouts in this Nancy Murray Cup final. What a dinger of a game this has turned out to be. Ball comes up forward, but well played Casey Kelly, who's really come into this game in the last while. Trying to play it over here towards Faye Corrigan, who's grown into it as well. Looking to get away from the attentions here of Brona Barker, being urged on by the Wicklow crowd. Dropping the ball into the corner now, looking for a little bit of a roll off of her player there is Sophie Birmingham. Birmingham knows where the goal is. One-handed across, dangerous ball, could have went anywhere. It's out for a 45.
Oh, that was close. That goal, mount, you never know what's going to happen in it.
Either goal, the way things are going here.
Oh, Lord save. And the flat ground around the goals doesn't help.
No, definitely not. Hard enough pitch out there, and then you throw in the bit of 3G surface. Anything can happen. But on the clock, it's just gone over the 50-minute mark, so 10 minutes or thereabouts remaining. Level game here, 2-10 to 3-7. And it's Laura Manley to put Wicklow back in front, driving this ball in. She's mishit it. And it's out to the left and wide.
It's the worst thing, isn't it, when you're to get you ahead? Kind of the head goes a bit, you're worried and you're nervous then.
So Laura Manley now trying to show some of her experience here, and so is Regan Fay, who's had a big part in this Tyrone revival. But it's Faye Corrigan, who I have to say has come into this game big time for Wicklow, getting the ball down into the corner where it's played inside here now by Ciara Byrne, who got that goal that looked like Wicklow were home and hose at 3-6 to 6 points, but it's going to be ball driven out here by Jordan, but it's not a great ball. Corrigan looking to get there, the 2 number 12s coming head to head, but it's a flick on there by the number 7 Ciara Kelly, getting the ball across here now. Manley looking to give it off here now to Sarah Byrne, dropping it in, dropping it over the bar. Wicklow back in front, and it's tit for tat.
It is, Shirley. Well worked score though. Went to 2 or 3 players again. Bounced here, bounced there. Steadied herself, turned, popped it over the bar. It's a good score by Sarah Byrne.
Anything could happen. A replay next weekend to be confirmed if it ends in a draw. But it's Wicklow that lead 3-8 to 2-10. Here's the lady that's led the revival for Tyrone, looking to take the charge on again. They have the elements with them. They're down by a point, haven't got back level, haven't been at one stage 9 points down at the early stages of this second half. It's one of the goal scorers, Sally McCann, that's looking to get on this ball. Looks like Wicklow were lying on it, but the referee happy to let the play continue. Loose pass though, out it comes here, looking to be sent in by Grania MacDonald. Well hooked there. Regan Fay looking to get in on it, but she fouls the player. Relief for Wicklow, and it's going to be a free out.
Look, at least it's slowing down the play, letting them get back. 1 or 2 of the Tyrone players get back. It's slowing it down.
Frantic stuff. Sean Fleming still wondering what could happen.
Yeah, Tyrone though there, they'd one player and 3 Wicklow in on her. You know, they need to get in and help each other out a bit more.
Wicklow, Leinster Junior Champions, Division 4 League finalists, where they lost out to a Mayo team, of course, that defeated this Tyrone team in the Nancy Murray Cup final last year. There's been some 18 months or thereabouts for Mayo Camogie, been some 18 months for Wicklow Camogie as well. Our Tyrone, though, going to be denied at the third opportunity to make it to Premier Junior level. We'll wait and see. Wicklow at the moment lead by a point, having led by 9. Tyrone got level, but it's just been a ball that's been put over the bar that sees Wicklow in front now by 3-8 to 2-10. Anything could still happen in this game. Looked like the ball was overstepped there by the Tyrone Roisin O'Neill McKee, but the referee says she was being fouled, and Regan Fay from all of 65 metres out has this chance to level the game as Tyrone make a substitution here.
Roisin O'Neill did well there though. She had 2 or 3 of them on her, and she turned left, turned right, tried to get out of the trouble, and won her free.
So into the melting pot now comes Aoife MacDonald. She replaces Brona Barker. Free taken by Regan Fay. Dangerous ball hopping in. Cara Little in underneath it, trying to get a flick on it, but the ball has gone out to the right and wide. Regan did everything that she could be asked for there.
Yeah, she should have been read a little better, but they're both making substitutes. They're using their players, you know.
Yeah, Wicklow with a small enough crew, but they are making the substitutions now when it matters. Wicklow lead by that single point, 3-8 to 2-10. Ball over here, and it's going to be taken into grass here by the substitute, and that's Aoife Connolly from the Auckland club, playing it down here and well taken in and driven on here now by Laura Hogan. Might have criticised Laura early in the first half when she missed her goal opportunity, but she's been a big game player here so far.
She is, yeah, she's doing very well. She was a lot inside in the first half, and she's out deeper this half and still winning her own possession.
One-handed ball taken away there by Cathy Jordan away from Laura Manley as the ball is played out into the middle. MacDonald looking to drive this ball further on now. Opportunity maybe to roll off here is Roisin O'Neill McKee off her marker. Tried to give it to Cara Little, who's got one of those goals, don't forget. Sally McCann has got the other, and it's been a dramatic encounter here between these two sides. All turn around here, as we said, from being 3-6 to 6 down after 32 minutes. By the 48th minute, Tyrone had levelled the game up as Wicklow are the ones that lead, and all of a sudden you can't buy a score here at the moment.
No, well done, the substitute there for Wicklow. Very good play there. She done well to win it and come out.
So Wicklow relieving a bit of the pressure, and it's going to be their full back Jade Byrne, I think, that's going to knock this ball long. But that breeze is significant enough. It was a 6-point lead for Wicklow at half time. It was eradicated fairly well in the opening quarter of this game. It's just dried up on the scoring front now, but rolling inside now is Hogan, looking to get forward here. Laura now looking to steady herself, but she's been well marshalled out. Ball dropping in, and it's going to be taken away by Cathy Jordan. And you'd have to credit the Tyrone defence there, the way they marshalled Hogan out of that.
They're very good. The full back line is working so hard for Tyrone.
Ball drops down though, and it's going to be taken on there by Jessica Byrne, playing it out here to the wing. It's a bit of a race on here now, but it looks like it's going to favour Wicklow. They're still in front on the scoreboard by 3-8 to 2-10. Not too long left now in this game. As I said, if it ends in a draw, it'll be a replay by our clock here. 4 minutes or thereabouts remaining here as the ball breaks inside. It's centre back for and joint captain Anya McNulty that plays the ball over on the far side, looking to get a touch on it. Caitlin Gallagher driving on here now. O'Neill McKee is with her as well. Caitlin Gallagher still going, looking to play the ball across. I don't think she was overcommitted. O'Neill McKee plays it towards Little. My ball might break, still in there. Anything could happen. Caitlin Gallagher trying to get in again, and it's the Wicklow defence that come out with it.
The both sixes for the both teams, or both centre half backs, are having a phenomenal game.
I have to say though, I thought Roisin could have been a little bit stronger in getting forward ahead of Caitlin.
I think she thought she was going to go on, but she shouldn't. She needed to help her.
Ball breaks here now, and it's Wicklow, as we said, it still leads 17 points to 16, and it's Regan Fay. We'll have to get you to start thinking, Rosie, about a player of the match. As Regan Fay, she'll be in the mix, I would imagine. Comes charging forward, looked like might have been a foul. The referee says it's a free in.
Yeah, it was charging, but she caught the ball and then hit the body. So in that sense, it's so hard to judge. That's one of the rules. Another one I think they need to get right in Camogie. It's either not, I think when you have the ball and you look up and you see the player and you don't stop, that's a free and you charge. But she got the ball and had no time to look up, and she met the player, so she had no option. Do you get me?
Yeah.
I think they need to make that a little bit more.
A little bit clearer,
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Like another ref will give a free against her.
Yeah,
there.
that could have
That's
happened.
the problem.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
too inconsistent.
But here's a chance now. Regan Fay with her 6th opportunity maybe of a score to make it a draw game.
She's tired too after that long run. Hopefully she can settle in.
40 metres out, dropping it in. It's going to drop short and out to the left and wide. And you probably called it right, Rosie.
Yeah, the tired bodies, you can see it. You know, the poor Devil was after making a great hard run and getting a wrap.
Hard to do, I would imagine, yeah, and could have been left to somebody else, but of course she's the lady that takes their frees for them. Substitution about to come in for Wicklow. Sean Fleming giving the last word of instruction to Jessica Maxwell. Jessica, I think it's number 22, yeah, she plays her club camogie with Good Counsel in Dublin. As this ball is sent long now, 3-8 to 2-10. Anything could happen. It's a dangerous position for either team to be in, as trying to get on this ball now, as we said, is Sally McCann, who got that goal that levelled the whole thing up. McCann looking to play it across, settling on her being marshalled there by Lisa Hogan. Ball is on the deck and on the ground. Anything could still emanate out of this game. Are we to get a leveller? Are we to get a winner? Are we going to be a replay? Are we going to see the Nancy Murray Cup heading to Tyrone or Wicklow? Regan Fay, she'll have a major say in this still. Looking to drive forward now. Regan Fay from an impossible angle. Ball is inside. Wicklow have got to be careful with it. Looking to drive out now is Jade Byrne. Has been fairly assured in the last number of minutes on any ball that's come in there. Wicklow looking to get on this ball. John Dermody makes the call. It was right. It came off a Tyrone hurl. It's going to be a Wicklow chance, and the Mayor Ferna for Wicklow just urging the girls, keep calm. Keep calm as number 15 comes off. Ciara Byrne, who got that goal that put Wicklow out in what looked like an unsaleable I should say lead at 3-6 to 6. She comes off.
I was just thinking, where was she? Because she was so dominant in the first half and she was quite quiet there in the second half. Maybe she's been marshalled, somebody was marking her, man-marking her. But she did go out of the game there in the second half. But she had a phenomenal first half. She
did. She was one of the mainstays. Rosie and Wicketch, as he said, think of that player of the match even. We have 3 minutes of additional time, 3-8 to 2-10. It's hard to believe when the plethora of scores that we had in that first quarter all of a sudden have dried up in the last while. We haven't had a score now since that Sarah Byrne effort that ultimately opened the gap here. Going to be hard, I think, to keep spectators off the pitch if either one of these teams win it. Ball is played inside though by Tyrone. Dropping ball in by the substitute. Could happen. Breaks off here. McCann and Little are in there trying to win this ball. The Wicklow crowd and the mentors on the line holding their head in their hands. They know now that it's injury time, and it's whatever, as I said, Paul O'Neill plays in this game. Looking to come out with it there is the Wicklow player that got the opening score of the game, and that was Shanna Gotland, that was trying to get that ball in, but or out, I should say. But Tyrone didn't play that, you'd have to say, particularly well, and it's out for a wide.
No, it just didn't get out to the ball in time and use it. They just kind of covered the ball, stopped the play. They were too tired. Should have got it up, got it over. Number 9 for Wicklow, she's probably Shanna. She's one of the players of the match, one of the could be. See her there on her own tackling. She's working so hard for them.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. She's in the running here. As Tyrone now looking to drop this ball in. It's a dangerous ball. Got to be careful. The keeper just lost it at a moment, but she did, Jessica Driver, get a touch on it. It's out towards the corner forward, Roisin O'Neill McKee. There again is Shanna Gotland over there trying to win a dirty ball on the ground. A couple of players in there.
The ruck ball,
and eventually Paul O'Neill calls a halt to it. 2 minutes remaining.
Needs to throw it in terms like that, you know, near the end of a game when things get a bit dangerous. Don't let the ruck go on too far.
But Driver, touch that ball down, anything could have happened. She got the ball out. In fairness, Gotland got across to just make a bit of a, I suppose, a ruck of it that Tyrone didn't get a clear shot off.
Yeah, interception,
Ball is cleared though by their cornerback Casey Kelly. It's going to be turned back down by MacDonald, driving it in there towards their substitution, Leanne McKernan. Don't forget, it's still a 1 point game, 3-8 to 2-10. How vital could that score from Sarah Byrne be that happened now all of 10 minutes ago? Ball is on the ground. We're into the closing stages here. Anya McNulty was trying to get in there. Lisa Hogan though from Wicklow going to clear it, and it looks like it's going to be Jade Byrne down along the line now, looking to relieve here. An opportunity maybe. It's the Sophie Birmingham that knocks the ball back here. Looking to drive it forward now again. Our Wicklow. This could be the insurance score. Manley looking to get inside. She has support. Manley's putting the head down though. This will be the insurance score. Whatever happens. Scoops it across. What a score!
Very clever. She didn't swing left or right, knowing she'd be hooked, and just flicked it over. Very well played score. Clever,
it's a
clever.
dangerous lead in the game, of course. It's a 2-point lead because Tyrone now have to go for a goal. Regan Fay with the opportunity now. Urged on by the crowd. She's put the ball in the end of the hurl. Look at Gotland making the attempt, and Jessica Byrne as well. Held her up there. Ball is looking to come across. Wicklow have one grip on the Nancy Murray Cup. They lead 3-9 to 2-10. They led by 3-6 to 6 at one stage. Still opportunity done for Tyrone. Ball is in here now. Could be quaking forward. Siobhan Donnelly looking to play the ball across. They have numbers here. Shot. It's in the net. Tyrone have put the ball to the back of the net, and have they absolutely taken the cup off Wicklow here. Puck out to come. He's called it.
Oh my God, what an ending.
What an ending to this Nancy Murray Cup final. Sean Fleming, not a whole lot he could do. It was one ball in, the shot off. I'm not even sure which one of the Tyrone players got it.
It's 14 or 15, definitely. I think it was 14.
I'd have to see it back, Danny, if we could.
Wow.
But heartbreak for Wicklow. I said it's a dangerous lead. You thought Manly, it was the insurance score up here. But credit Tyrone. They just took the opportunity. Anything can happen. Ball fell on the edge of the square, back of the net.
Yeah, and the pass to the player, again, was dinked straight to her hand. She didn't just hit it for the sake of it. Bang on. She hesitated for a second and then pulled off stroke. Oh, great ending. And I'm delighted to see Tyrone. You know, they're thereabouts the last 2 or 3 years. And look at Wicklow, they're only getting better, they're only progressing. So this time next year, I'd say they will be top of this table. But it's great to see it. It was a great game of camogie, I have to say.
Unbelievable stuff from, but you'd have to say, Tyrone coming,
scoreline, you know?
Coming from 6 points down at half time, 9 points down after 2 minutes of the second half, to win by a point. It's an incredible performance.
And as I said to you, the first few minutes of the second half, the fight in them, the want to win the ball was immense. That made the difference. They fought a little bit harder.
Wicklow are down. They couldn't have done anything more.
Great game.
Heartbreak,
yeah. It's hard to be that side of it. Somebody's got to lose.
Somebody has, like, the thing is as well, though, in a scenario, Rosie, you know, the last, say, 10 minutes of the game really petered out as regards scores. So then it was kind of getting a bit edgy that whoever took a major chance would probably win it. And that's what ultimately happened.
And Regan Fay worked so hard. That ball in she gave was immense.
Let's identify your player of the match if you can. That ball was inside. Just looking, the shot went to the back of the net. We're looking at a replay here, and it's I think the player that was running out there.
It was 14 that hit it.
It was hard to know because there was 2 in on top of it. We're still looking to identify here. But then the Nancy Murray Cup final, your player of the match, I think. It's between Caitlin Gallagher and Regan Fay. They're cousins, of course, but I think Regan, just for her direction and everything that she took. Number 12, Regan Fay, is our player of the match. I think she just was a huge leader. Number 14 is credited with the goal. Sally McCann, she had 2 major goals then, you'd have to say, in this game, because her goal after 48 minutes ultimately, you know, brought the game level.
Changed the game, and as I said, the ball to her was perfect into her hand, but she didn't turn. She went to hesitate, turn, will I, and then looked, seen the space, bang. It was a very well taken score too. I'm delighted for her.
I just can't get over what a game. And like, if all the finals in Croke Park tomorrow are anything like today.
Hopefully. And the scoreline, like 3-9 to 3-10, you don't see that in, you know, at this standard, you don't see that many scores. But like even the points, 9 and 10 points each and 3 goals, phenomenal score to see.
You know, when you look at it, are Wicklow guilty of maybe not taking some opportunities when they had a commanding enough lead at times? Were they at fault maybe for leaving Tyrone in the game a little bit?
Yeah, as I said in the first half, when they did go ahead, they took the foot of the pedal, they stepped back a little bit. I think momentum in their head and your mentality can change because you're thinking, right, this is done. And Tyrone fought back. But in the first 10 minutes of the second half, Tyrone worked hard, they fought, they tackled, they hassled, they harried. They didn't do that in the first half as much. And look at the difference it made. Again, Wicklow probably had the 2 or 3 point ahead in the second half as well, took the foot of the pedal. Tyrone worked that bit harder, and look at the result. And the goal in the very dying, look, you can't write it, can you? It's just, you never know.
Well, goals win matches. And
Regan Fay to win it in this swing and make the run. She made 2 phenomenal runs. One she got the free and the other one they got the place ball in. Look, it makes a difference.
Now, it's huge disappointment for Wicklow, and your heart would go out to them. But when you think of this Tyrone team, they've been plugging for the last few years here, Rosie, to be able to get to Premier Junior. You know, probably a favourite in last year's final, were beaten by Mayo, and they've finally done it. Yeah,
and look, as we spoke about it early, they lost a good few players, 2 or 3 I would have even been playing with years ago, where the stalwarts of their team are gone. And as I said at the very beginning of the game, it takes some of the young ones to step up, and they did today. They worked so hard. And Regan Flay is playing a long time, played against her last year, phenomenal player. So it's great to see it for them, and it'll only progress on further. Wicklow are a phenomenal team. Sure, look, it was anyone's game today, and again, they'll progress on. They'll learn a lot from this year, and to give it great momentum for them next year.
Yeah, with just the whole, as we said, everything that happened here, we couldn't believe what was unfolding before our eyes. We weren't able to identify who had got the clean strike, but well done to Sally McCann. She turned up with 2 goals today, and all 6 starting forwards for Tyrone scored. Like that, probably brilliant. Then itself shows why they're probably deserving winners.
5 had scored in the first 20 minutes of the first half, which is brilliant. It's great.
Well, Regan Fay is being presented by her Player of the Match award by Ulster Chair Deirdre McGrath, and Deirdre then will present the cup. So Catherine Muldoon, Anya McNulty. Catherine as well, of course, is the Ulster Puck Fada champion, but not lined out here today.
And saying that, I see Anya McNulty coming up to accept the cup. She was another player of the match in my line as well. She had a phenomenal game as well. She cleaned up everything there, and I know a back probably never wins it as much as a forward, but you know, but she had a phenomenal game, so she can give herself credit. She's done a captain's duty very well.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. Let's see, can we pick up on the thoughts of Deirdre McGrath? Deirdre McGrath, Ulster Chair, presenting the trophy then to Anya McNulty from the Nave Trassa Cup in Dungannon.
Not too well. That's the team that fed us in our club, Ulster, Nave Trassa. When she has a hurley in her hand anyway, but she said a few poignant words there, and Anya McNulty at the end of the day has brought an All-Ireland title back to Tyrone Camogie. You know, Rosie, you're in the province yourself, but you know, Ulster Camogie is on such a high now, continuing. It is, it's only getting better, and it's great to see it. You know, we'd have blipped there for a while, but it's great progression, and our man, the All-Ireland final tomorrow, although they beat us in the semi, I'd love to see them win it. You know, again, they were on it the last 2 or 3 years, so it'll be good to see our man come home with it tomorrow. And again, look at Tyrone today, and hopefully we might be there next year, but yeah, it's great for Ulster Camogie.
Okay, we're going to just take a quick break there, and what we're going to do then is head down pitch side. Rosie's going to stay with me and we'll have a few closing words, but we'll try and get the words of the respective camps on this. But it's a successful day for Tyrone. They've snatched it right at the death. They've defeated Wicklow here by 3-10 to 3-9. Stay with us and rejoin us shortly. So you can look at me. This on the live.
Oh, my.
Andrew, welcome back here to Innisgreen Grattans, and she's still getting her head together and trying to think about all that. Anya McNulty, you have the Nancy Murray Cup down your hand, and after 3 years of trying and a dirty night here, I remember 2 years ago, you finally have it.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I suppose it's my first year playing, but the heartache that the rest of the girls felt was enough to drive us on today, even when we were behind by so much. So it's just good to get the win now.
You had a phenomenal second half. Take us through it, because at one stage you were 9 points down.
To be honest, I don't really know. I suppose we just had to dig deep and go for it, really, because if we didn't, we definitely wouldn't have come away with the win today. But yeah, it's just down to all the girls and their hard work and determination. It was just unbelievable.
At half time, I would have felt with Rosie on the commentary as well that, you know, a 6 point lead was probably, that breeze was worth it. So what was the message at half time?
Go out and get stuck in, to be honest. Yeah, just don't come off the field with regrets, really.
And then, though, you can see the goal and you're probably thinking this has become such a mountain.
Yeah. I suppose that was the worst start to the second half that we could have had, to be honest. But look, we did it, and that's all that matters.
You were part of a defensive unit then that kind of shut off that Wicklow kind of run. Talk about looking down the field then when Regan gets that opportunity and directs the ball in, and you're like, when you put it into McCann or Little, any one of them could put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, I suppose getting the ball into them and them scoring, it just gives a whole belief to the team, which I suppose that started the whole drive to actually go on. But yeah,
And when the ball hit the back of the net, what did you think?
Just relief.
The cup is going to be taken away from you, but you'll be wanting it back, I would imagine. As captain, what does this mean? You've captained your side to an All-Ireland title and possibilities of heading into Premier Junior level.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's a complete honour, to be honest, and hopefully we can just use this momentum to go on and do all right next year.
Well, congratulations. It must be an unbelievable feeling now.
Oh, it is. We'll definitely be celebrating the night.
Thanks indeed, Anya. Try and get that cup back if you can. Anya McNulty, then the captain of this Tyrone team. We're going to call in Regan Fay, who was our player of the match. Regan, thanks indeed for joining us. We're on the live stream. Cameras just above up here. Describe that. How does that feel?
Oh, what a feeling. I didn't think we'd get it in the end. They all left it very late, so we did.
Yeah,
I missed that first day and I was like, oh, that's it, done. It's over. But no, the girls pulled through anyway.
Weaver's on commentary with me, and she kind of was feeling sorry for you because you had taken a run, you got a big hit and you had to take the free. She was hoping you'd get another opportunity and you did.
We were very actually. Sally with the goal, couldn't write it, so you couldn't.
At half time though, and I was kind of throwing this at Anya as well, you know, that breeze is probably a 6-point lead. Wicklow had it. What are you thinking? And especially when you concede another goal at the start of the second half.
Yeah, the goals at the start I think killed us very much, and then the fact they did have the reason we were against it, a lot of ours was dropping in short and you could tell. So we went at half time and we were like, girls, we know we're behind, like we got the breeze in the second half, so we were like, we need to really push on. So at the start of the second half we really did, like we brought out the intensity and then started trailing behind again, but teamwork, and then we ended up getting it. So
yeah, you're 9 points down though. And we were kind of feeling you just needed a score of some kind, and all of a sudden you got a run of a goal and 2 points, I think.
As well, yeah, and lucky they were close enough in, so I was able to put them over. But yeah, what a game.
Regan, I was here 2 years ago on a very dirty night. You've gone Cavan, you've seen what Cavan have done. Are they a bit of an inspiration for you in some ways, you know, that now you could drive out this Nancy Murray and into maybe other levels over the next few years?
Oh, definitely. All we need to do is really push on now and get more girls out. We actually had a good few missing there from holidays, and they're big strong players as well, so if we just get everyone out and really push on, I feel like Tyrone could go further.
And obviously your family connections and everything like that within the team, you know, like it's obviously huge, kind of a close kind of scenario and close group, I would think.
Oh, definitely. Everyone here is so close together, yeah. Well bonded team, definitely.
But you're going to enjoy this and worry about whatever comes after.
You're right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Regan Fay there, our player of the match, giving us her thoughts. And I'm now going to call in the manager of this successful crew, Declan Sherlock. Declan, describe that as a man, of course, from the Burr stronghold, of course, but you're many years up here in Tyrone. How does that feel?
Relief, elation, unbelievable, really. But you know, like, we started off the game, we had 2 or 3 chances, never went in. They come down and sucker punch of a goal. I went, oh my word, here we go. But that's the way sport is, you know. Ride your and then you get breaks and stuff like that, and we got the break at the very end. You know, our message at half time to the girls was, you've done nothing wrong, more of the same. But our specific information was attack their puck out, because we knew with the wind and stuff like that it wouldn't come out as far, and it turned them over here several times, especially in the last 6 minutes for injury time nearly, or 3 minutes injury time. Like, they worked so hard, and that's what it came from, hard. Nothing between us, neither Wicklow ourselves ability wise, but that determination to get that ball back was what turned it over for us.
At half time though, you're probably delivering that message, and then 2 minutes later they put the ball in the back of your net again, and you're thinking, as I said to Anya, this is now becoming a bit of a mountain.
It is. We're 9 points down at that stage, you know what I mean? But if nothing, these girls never give up. You know, that's our message all the time. We're doing nothing wrong. We're not getting the breaks and stuff like that. And in all fairness, the 3 goals were a little bit fortunate, you know what I mean, to get in. 2 over the goalie's neck. That's not our regular goalie. She came in with our goalie, got injured down in Wicklow. And fair juice to Nora, we worked hard all week. These things happen, you know, but 9 points down and to win by 1 in the last puck of the game, you know, it probably makes it sweeter and probably even disappointing for Wicklow, but it was brilliant. Because, I mean, we lost last year by a point against Mayo, and we know how that feels, and now we're on the other side, you know what I mean?
But but when you look at it, while you would feel a little bit for Wicklow, the thing is you've been plugging at this now for the last couple of years, been in the final, and it hasn't just fallen for you. Today the gods smiled on you.
And I heard you mention there, we were here a few years ago against Cavan. Oh, it was a dirty night here. Oh my word. I remember that night when we were looking for subs to put on, and the girls was COVID. The girls weren't allowed on the sideline.
Yeah.
And I looked up on the bench and they were all wrapped up. I didn't know who was up there. They had scarves over their face. The weather was so bad. I said, who's that? I remembered, but they gave us, we lost well that night. And last year against Mayo, we were down by a whole pile of scores at half time again, and we came back within the point. And of course we thought we should have got a free, but sure, we always say that, you know what I mean? Everyone's going to say that, but it was great. It's great, you know what I mean? We have been plugging away, and every time we put out a team we have different girls on. We have that. We try and keep a very large squad because we can't get them. These girls are young and they work jobs and they can't travel Saturday, and all the matches are on Saturdays. So I have to say I'm just delighted. I'm delighted.
Declan, can I just bring you back to the game then, though? At one stage, like, the scenario is that you probably have worked so hard, and Regan, Faye and Caitlin just in particular, I thought they drove you an awful lot in that second half, and Cousins obviously, but like the scenario would be that you got level and then kind of the just went out of it a little bit, and there was about 7-8 minutes there where there was no real score opportunities. Did you probably think, oh no, here we go again, like what maybe happened to you a little bit last year?
I did. I actually separated myself from where I was standing. I went down further down because there was nothing flowing. It was all big melee here, referee threw the big melee over there. Like everybody wanted it that. But like the likes of Caitlin, who's probably the first game this year with her injury as well, like they're built on running, and we tried to play to their strengths, as you saw, and it worked for most of it. Try and drop people back to stop that bottom ball, but you can't stop an unstoppable force like Regan and Caitlin, you know what I mean? Like they're just super fit and they're so direct, and playing a cornerback position, you hate people running at you like that, and that's what causes the confusion. And lucky enough, Sally came up there with the goods at the end of it. It was fabulous.
Yeah, and as I said, you play to your strength, allow Regan and Caitlin to run, and you have Little and McCann inside you get the ball in their hand, anything can happen.
Oh, listen, she's not backwards for coming forwards as Sally, you know what I mean? She likes the rough and tumble in there, and she was fabulous. And again, the girls were carrying, they were told to carry once their fitness allowed it, and if they got tired, we would drop them back and play a sweep and roll just to give them that recharge. It doesn't take long for them to recharge because they're super fit, and it worked for us, so all I can say is I'm delighted.
Declan, finally, what does this mean now for Tyrone Camogie? Because you've seen other counties run. I was even saying to Anya and Regan, Rosie Crowe McKeever was on commentary with me, what Cavan have done in recent years, but even looking at Antrim and the Downs and the Armaghs tomorrow, what does this now mean for Tyrone Camogie?
Well, we were saying to the girls during the week, their training, we played Antrim, that Antrim team that's playing tomorrow against Armagh, and we beat them last year in Carrickmore by a point, actually. And we also lost by a point or two against Armagh, who went on to win the All-Ireland 2 years ago. So we're there and thereabouts, and we would rather be up there and bring a lot of these minor girls that are coming through. We have a lot of very strong minor dual players. Yeah. And when they're involved in the minor two codes there, and then involved in their senior two codes, the senior camogie gets a little bit down the line because they're too busy, and we wouldn't put the pressure on them to come out either. But next year they only have two choices, They probably only have senior camogie and football, so we'll get them more often. There's a whole pile of them there, and under 16 level too, so I think we're going up the ranks at the right time to compete, and we're looking forward to playing Croke Park hopefully soon, because that's where the finals are.
Well, that's the attitude to have. Congratulations. I know it's been a long plug for you over the last few years, but you'll enjoy this one.
Oh, I will. I don't know if I'll go out with those girls. They're a bit lively for me this hour night. I'm a bit long in the tooth for that, but I will definitely, and it's fabulous. We all travel down in a bus, which is great to be back in that team ethos as well, and we'll enjoy that. We have a stereo to play. The girls have a few sort of bubblies there to just have as well, and look, we're looking forward, and thanks very much.
No problem. Declan, congratulations. Declan Sherlock, manager of the Tyrone Camogie side, give us his thoughts on the game. I don't know if we'll be able to pick up on Sean Fleming here in a minute as the Wicklow manager, but I don't know if Rosie has disappeared on me. But again, a phenomenal performance here by Tyrone, who come out on top by 3-10 to 3-9. Going to be a lot of celebration and success and everything like that around Tyrone, I would believe, tonight. But, well, look at it, what a performance and what a turnaround, as you can ultimately decide. Sally McCann and Cara Little, the inside forwards, got the goals. Regan Fay, our player of the match, who just directed an awful lot. But when you have your 6 starting forwards coming out on top on the scoreboard, well, it says an awful lot. But heartbreak for Wicklow, but I'm sure they, again, as Leinster Junior champions, they've been Division 4 league finalists and Nancy Murray Cup finalists this year. Just maybe the third meeting this year when they'd known, you know, maybe what they were up against, maybe it just got away from them a little bit today. But I think we'll leave it at that in a minute. But I'm just waiting to wrap up with Sean Fleming here, and then we'll call a halt on the Nancy Murray Cup final. Hopefully you've enjoyed the action. Don't forget, tomorrow, if you're out and about, get to Crow Park, but it will be available. Sean Fleming, thanks indeed for joining us. I know you've been quite busy, Sean. Obviously difficult to deal with, because I'm sure you were thinking once went over. No, we always say 2-point lead, dangerous lead, but it was in the, you know, cruise down. It was just maybe an opportunity. You have this maybe, but look, ball goes in around the edge of the square and it happens, isn't it?
Well, look, you can look at this 2 ways. Okay, we're obviously ferociously disappointed. You know, we came up after a huge effort in the last 2 years. We have played Tyrone twice this year already. Now, albeit they were kind of missing a couple of players on each occasion, but we were confident enough coming up. You know, we just feel that if it had another minute, we might have got the point back and brought it into extra time. But like, you see, you can look at this in 2 ways. You can be ferocious disappointed and be very much down on it, and we will be in the short term. Absolutely will. From a longer term perspective, the strides that Wicklow Camogie has made in the last 2 years, the fact that Wicklow Camogie is now competitive. I think the standard here today. Now, maybe I'm biased. I haven't been involved in Premier Junior teams for a number of years, but I think the standard here today was exceptionally high, particularly in the second half when the crunch came, and particularly when Tyrone got the goal and went a point ahead. We got that back, and it was kind of nip and tuck. I thought the standard of play was extremely good. I thought both teams tried to play heads up Camogie. We've made huge progress. Yeah. We can look at this positively or negatively. Okay, I think negatively probably today with the disappointed of the point, but long term, I think we've made huge strides. Who wouldn't want to play? Who wouldn't want to play on a Wicklow junior team after a performance like that? You know? Well,
it's been an incredible year for you. You know, the finals now of the 2 national competitions and Leinster Junior Champions, as you rightly said, Sean. You know, you'd be appealing to anybody who's playing camogie in Wicklow to, you know, come out and join this crew.
Yeah, I mean, the disappointing thing for me, Killian, on a personal level, is the fact that the most disappointing thing on a personal level is I've probably had 70 players in come through the panel in the last 15 or 16 months since I got involved with Wicklow Camogie in April of last year. 70 players, yeah. And we had a panel of 23 here today. Now, those 23 players, the players that were on the field and the other players who didn't come on today but played in the air, laid their lives down for their county, you know, and so it's very disappointing when you're down to a panel of 23 players, and because the benefits of a large panel in pushing players on in playing full-scale matches. I mean, and we don't have to use, you know, we know in the hurling, you know, Kilkenny always said that one of the big benefits was having a large panel and having these competitive A and B matches, and like I come from that background, and you know, the benefit of having a large panel is people push themselves. You know, when you're down at low early 20s in panels, you're going to be struggling for full attendance at training. If you don't have full attendance at training, you're not able to do a lot of what you want to achieve. You know, so we have been pushing a rock up the hill, very much so, for the last 15 months to get to here. But I thought they were fantastic. I thought they were fantastic, and I thought we played to our ability. I think we might have got a little bit of over enthusiastic when we went 9 points ahead, and I think we might have lost our concentration for maybe 10 minutes and allowed Tyrone back in. I mean, the one thing we emphasised at half time was stop the momentum of Tyrone in the second half. You know, try and bring doubt into their heads. And I suppose we got the early goal, and then we kind of brought him on us and got the momentum happened. But those girls left their hearts and souls, and everything they could do in their armoury.
Well, the impressive thing was, Sean, at the end of the day, despite the fact that Tyrone got ahead, you got level and you got ahead then, and you probably were controlling the game out. It just as said, one of those things happen, a ball in on the edge of the square, and nothing can happen.
Absolutely, and you can beat yourself over that, and you can beat yourself over that particular ball and who missed what ball and what happened, and all that. That's not what it's about. We were just sucker punched, and fair play to Tyrone. Look, Tyrone have been in this final for the last 2 years, right? This is their third year. They've been beaten the last 2 years, the 2 previous years. They were beaten by a point last year. They've gone through the pain, right? They came back determined to win it this year. The pain of last year probably kept them going for that last minute. To get that position, right? I don't know, but I can only talk about my own team, and my own team did everything they could. They left their heart and soul out there. We had very young team, very inexperienced. Some players very inexperienced, first year in playing adult. We're going to make mistakes. There's going to be issues. What can you say? You ask for a team to go out and give 100%. We gave 100%.
No doubt she did. Sean, we're going to leave it on a positive note. Wicklow Camogie, 2022 has been very, very good to it. Underage, club success, school success. It should bode well going ahead.
We're not interested in moral victories. So we're disappointed. The team will dust itself down and get itself ready for next year.
Right, thanks indeed. Sean Fleming, Wicklow manager there, giving us his thoughts. Honest enough opinion then on the action here that took place in Inishkeen. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It's been a cracking encounter. My thanks to Rosie, who is, I think, just left my eye view here for the minute. But Rosie Crowe-McKeever, great job on analysis duty with me today. What a cracking game. And if the game's in Croke Park or anything like it tomorrow, we are in for a feast of camogie action. As I said, make it along to Croke Park tomorrow, or if not, I'm sure you can catch all the action on TV. It gets underway with Armagh and Antrim from 12 o'clock, followed then by Cork and Galway in the intermediate, and the senior game between Cork and Kilkenny that throws in at 4:15. The best luck to all the teams and match officials for the action in Croke Park tomorrow. I'll be there. Give us a shout, and we'll be able to give you a shout back, I suppose. I'll be on MC duty in Croke Park tomorrow after. My thanks to Danny, thanks to Rosie. I've been Killeen Whelan. Good luck to you.